No, Scott wasn't coming and Damon.
Okay, can I have the roll call, please?
Commissioner Bingle,
Here.
Commissioner Coghill, Commissioner Copeland,
Here.
Commissioner King, Commissioner
Here.
Pierce, Commissioner Reddick, Commissioner White.
Here.
Who's online, Dan?
King is here online.
Okay,
Right.
and we do have a quorum.
Did you get everybody?
Yes. I did.
Okay,
Recording.
okay, do we have any public comments?
No, nobody submitted anything.
Okay, any comments from our commissioners? You know, we just had our, CNI meetings was it last month or the
Last
beginning of
Yeah,
last week?
like-
My goodness.
It's crazy how time goes.
We had them, so does anybody have any comments or anything that they would like to?
I just want to say how I thought it was extremely successful. The professionalism of the group of commissioners we have just was amazing. I hear great comments from the community and I feel really good about the process going forward, so.
Yeah, I just want to commend our staff, Reggie and your team for really delivering well as our outside consultants really delivered well. And folks on this board really showed up a lot.
Yes,
Really good.
thank you.
I'm glad we're all working together. We're all excited. We're all working together for one cause and we're gonna get it done. So, at this time, approval of minutes is next on our agenda. And so hopefully you've had time to look over that and I will entertain a motion.
I make the motion that we accept the minutes as stated.
Second.
Okay, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, and before we go any further, I would like to acknowledge our Alderman for Ward 2, Alderman Sharon Bryant. Thank you for coming. I apologize for not doing that earlier. You are welcome at any time, anytime. Did you want to say anything or have any questions? Okay. All right, awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so next, our finance report. Shay, you with us?
I'm here, I'm just waiting for it to pop up on the screen.
Oh, okay.
You can't see it, Shay?
No.
We see the Gross Grant budget up there.
I can just see, I can't see it on the screen, but if you guys can see it, I have it pulled up on my side anyway. So
Yeah.
we're on the Ross Grant screen. Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, hold on. Let me stop sharing really quick and then I'll do it again.
Okay.
Technology.
How about now? Can you see it?
I can see it now.
Okay, great.
So first up, we have the Ross budget, and the budgets have been updated to include the actuals as of 12/31/2025 and some comments based on how the numbers were figured. Does anyone have any questions on the Ross grant budget? Okay.
No, I think we're good.
Okay, we can move to the next budget, which is Trent Court. Same thing for the Trent Court. Does anyone have any questions on any of the line items for the Trent Court budget?
Good.
Okay. The next report is the New Bern Towers report, and just to make a note, the revenue for 2025 budget had a calculation error for the total revenue. It should actually be 1.193200, just to make the comment on that calculation error, but everything else is fine. Was there any questions on the New Bern Towers budget? Okay. The next two are just supplemental reports to show how some of the line items were reported. So the first one is the payroll allocations, just to show how that 3% increase was computed and then how the breakout for Trent Court and New Bern Towers were done. And multiplied by 12 for the monthly amount, and then the Ross grant was not included in this because the calculation for payroll was done slightly differently. And then the last page is for the insurance to show how those insurances were calculated. Was there any, were there any questions about those two items? Okay, and that ends the presentation for the finance for this.
You wanna do the collection loss, Shay?
So the collection loss for Trent Court is going to be,
That was hard to read. It was 50.
yeah, and I don't have the,
It looks like 5968 is what it looks like, but I can't tell.
yeah,
It's really
That's
blurry.
right. I think that's right.
it's gonna probably be another page or so
You
down.
could take care of
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, okay, I'm pulling up my copy of
$6,000
the,
on that one,
Yeah,
and a little under
Yeah.
$6,000 on the other one.
yeah.
oh, those are not the pages.
Oh, no, that's the aging. Well, there's two different versions
Yeah.
here, right?
The total was 11,711.94 off those two totals
For the
for
two total adding.
Okay.
What was that again?
11,711.94.
So I know I have the number pulled up for New Bern Towers. I'm just trying to get the number for,
The new one's about 9,000.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
Eight
New Bern is,
1,986.95.
yeah, 8986.95 is for New Bern. Trent Court, I have to find.
Madam Chair, if you like, for time's sake, since we are on collection mode, there are resolutions for each one of those, if you.
Okay.
I'm gonna take that up at this time, that'd be better.
Absolutely. Good idea.
Student.
Okay, so
Oh, here's the numbers.
She has the, they
Yeah,
have.
we have the resolution.
The number's the same, so.
It's 01 and 02, two separate ones.
Is this what you were saying? You couldn't get the measure up?
Well, yeah, I
They're
was,
a little different.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're very close.
Yeah. Well, maybe when she adjusts.
okay, so question, should I take a motion for the finance report or just do that at the end?
So, yeah, so let's go ahead and
Do
do.
the finance report
Yeah,
motion
let's
now?
just do the finance report motion and then go ahead and do your
Thank you.
collection losses.
So just a quick question for, who was that on?
Shay.
Okay.
No, not Shay, the other
Damon.
commissioner.
Oh, it's.
Jamie.
Mr. King, are you following us? Just want to make sure.
I am right here with you.
Awesome sauce. Okay, I will entertain a motion for our finance report.
So moved.
So move. Second.
Awesome. Any questions? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. So next we will go to, we have two resolutions that we're gonna go ahead and approve. They're at the back of your packet, resolution number 02.26.01 and resolution 02.26.02. Can we approve them both at the same time or have to be done separately?
Yeah, do that.
As long as it's unanimous.
As long as it's unanimous, we can,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, would someone please make a motion to approve those resolutions?
I'll do it, Jimmy, you want me to? I make a motion that we approve the collection losses for both Trent Court in the amount of $11,711.94 and New Bern Towers in the amount of $89.86.95, being resolution number 02.26.01 and 02.26.02.
Can I get a second, please?
Second. Go ahead.
Are there any further questions concerning the resolutions? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you so much.
And it's not material, so it's just an observation for our accountant. The collection losses actuals in the budget statements we were given for New Bern Towers and Trent Court
Are
are a
different.
little different. I mean, they add up, they're allocated a little differently, and they add up a little differently, like 22,169 is the total there, and if you add this together, you got like 9, is a little under 21,000 here. Again, not material to the overall budget, just wanted you to take a look back at it and see if you can reconcile it, so.
So what I'll do, if it's okay, and I'll take this, Madam Chair, in the form of a motion, I will have staff confer with Shay and Daphne and to make the adjustments pursuant to your votes that y'all have already taken to correct those.
And this is for the collection loss?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
it's a little different, $2,000 a little different, and part of that's also how it's allocated between the two, Trent Court and New Bern Towers, and part of it is just the aggregate.
Yeah, and
Very, very small relative to the budget size.
yeah, so once they do it, Shay, once y'all do it with Pam and Tasha, if it stays the same, I'll still submit a report to the
Okay.
board to explain why pursuant to the resolution. But if there's a minor change in it, we'll make those changes to the resolution and get that information out to the board, Madam Chair.
Thank you
Right,
so
and
much.
and as I was saying in the finance committee meeting, is that the collection laws has other activity in it as well, outside of just the collection write-off. So, and some of those numbers could possibly change. when we do-
Okay, yeah, so it's not that apples to apples too, yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Okay, all right, so we're good.
Okay, next we'll have the executive director's report.
So I
Thank
want to
you.
piggyback.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, really good job.
Bye.
So I want to piggyback on what the board chair indicated. We had great meetings with the community for the CNI. I feel good about the progress that we're making. The grant writer has indicated that the work that is being put in by everybody is she hasn't had for us to see mean Pam. So we've been able to see nice Pam, not you. but grant writer, her name is Pam, and so she says, Newbern has been great to work with. We're getting her the information she needs, so she hadn't had to show us mean Pam.
So is everybody turning in their letters as
Everybody.
requested?
So-
Okay, good,
so
because I
just
know
like
it wasn't.
As an example, right now, on the people side, they were targeting around 3.5 million. On our call this morning, they got leverage letters over 5 million right now.
Right.
So the numbers are well coming in. We got the housing side, we have our matches that we need there. Working with the city, the city's been great to work with. Thank you, Alderman, and all of y'all's support of voting last week for the leverage commitments. So I went before the Alderman last, was it Monday or
Tuesday.
Tuesday. So I went before the Alderman last Tuesday. They voted unanimous to support the leveraging that up to around $20 million in total leveraging coming from the city. So they voted to support our efforts in that regard. So again, we're making progress. Additionally, we had a great call with FEMA last week. As you all recall, I reported that we were providing information to FEMA related to the site and the cost, the plans, the specs, all of those things. We provided that. We had agreed back in December to provide that within 45 days. January 29th was our 45-day period. We provided that information to them. All of that has been accepted, and they got the approvals on that information all the way up to headquarters. So I specifically asked the question, is there anything outstanding that we need sign-offs from senior leadership related to that? They indicated no. So So the state, North Carolina Emergency Management, has to write a report. I had a document that I had to sign off on this morning. Carolyn submitted all of that information to them. I talked to Tom at North Carolina Emergency Management this afternoon, right before the meeting. He is compiling his letter recommendation that goes to FEMA, and then it goes to, so there are different divisions within FEMA. So it goes to the main division, and then they'll review it, they approve it, and then it goes over to public assistance. Public assistance reviews it, and then it goes to the 106, which is the Historic Preservation Division of FEMA. All of them have been on the calls. All of the
No, it is
information that,
ridiculous.
yeah,
how much
so
paper-
all of the information that we provided, all of them are aware, so nobody's asked for anything different. It's just now they have to go through the steps. So I had to do a request of how we wanted it, and then it's just now going through the steps. But as it relates to the review of it, everybody's reviewed what we've submitted, and thus far they're okay. The only other piece that we were a little concerned about was the HUD piece, because FEMA now has made a decision because of us moving out of building immediately on the date, on the Trent Court site. We're just gonna focus on demolition on Trent Court and then use the alternate sites to be first phases on. Because of that, and it's not in a historic district, then there's a categorical exclusion that doesn't allow them to have to go through the full MOA and 106 process. So because of that, they then now don't have to do the coordination with HUD. So they punted back and said, now you gotta go work with HUD by yourself. So I was a little concerned, as well as the city's consultant with urban design, which is their historic preservation consultants, that because they're considered the responsible entity. So HUD kicks it to the local city. If you're an entitlement city, then you become the responsible entity, and then you're responsible for doing the report. Because we don't have anyone on city staff that does that, then they contract that out. So Chris and I had a conference call this afternoon with the environmental specialists and programs staff at HUD this afternoon. After a long, tedious conversation, we were able to convince them that they need to be okay with us doing the Part 58, which is a Code of Federal Regs, CFR, Code of Federal Regulations, Part 700, to allow us to be able to move forward with the Part 58 to just focus on demolition at Trent Court, because we're not gonna be doing anything with
8 years in
rebuilding
the
right now.
making.
Yeah, at Trent Court.
8
So-
years.
So after about an hour and a half conversation, and I called the North Carolina Emergency Management where they can hear what we were saying, because I wanted them to interject. And so I pushed for that silo, they agreed to it. So they've agreed to say, go forth and go forward
What?
with simply doing
Demolition.
a demo on Trent Court, and we won't focus at all. You have to give us no information at all on what you're planning to do at Days End. So
That sounds really good.
it is, it's great, as long as when we submit the Part 58 information to SHPO. Here's the beauty, because SHPO is in agreement with FEMA on what we're doing, we don't see any hiccups with the FEMA staff this
We
time.
got a COA, so.
Well, we got the COA, so, and we got local HPC, and because we're keeping it in the
Right.
silo of just demolition only. So I can report that I feel good about everything in the path forward, unless the sky falls.
And it will not.
Is there a time frame for
So
demolition?
Chris is working now on the, and when I say Chris is the consulting firm that the city contracts with. So I've submitted requests for additional information, because keep in mind, for the good of the group, it's been 2 years. So a lot of that stuff has a shelf life. So some of those reports we're having to go back and we're gonna have to get updated and go through again. However, I am confident that we will demolish in 2026 without any issue.
And basically, what we're talking about demolishing is just all the old washed out stuff.
Just the one,
Yeah.
just the 108 units in the old admin building. I am completely confident
So
that
awesome.
we will get there this year.
Awesome.
So can I ask a crazy, really crazy question? I'm not gonna make you crazy, but it's a crazy question. So because of the delay, the money we were quote unquote awarded in the portal from FEMA was based on costs probably 3 to 4 years ago.
So,
So do we get to revisit that number and go to today's cost? Because I think they're different.
so yes and no.
Okay. Good question.
So, it's a yes and a no question. The no is no. And the yes is I'm gonna pray for it and ask. Okay, so,
But for
so,
Jesus.
so technically, legally and regulatorily, you can ask. Because it was encapsulated at that point in time and they allocated that number, we're stuck with that number right now. So the only thing I can do is say what you just said is, here is documented proof when I get my bids in that the number is escalated to this level.
Because
But
you
until I
wait so
get
long.
bids,
'Cause
yeah,
it's your
but
fault.
until I get bids in,
Right.
I can't,
Ask for more. I
I can't
understand.
ask for more,
I
so.
just think we need to be
Yeah,
prepared
so,
and be
so
aware.
it's a yes and a no, and that's why I said.
I think we tried.
is-
Yeah.
And if
But
not,
we're
we
gonna
go
try.
forward anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
we
Oh,
went for-
absolutely.
But yes, we do plan to ask, and that's.
Because when I think about what that number said and then, the time frame in between, the world has changed.
Yeah.
So that number should change.
Yeah, you're right, and so that's where we are.
Okay.
And then lastly, we did open bids for Charles Taylor last Thursday. I will be meeting with, we have the bid tabulation sheet we sent out to all the contractors today. I will be meeting with, setting up a meeting with our contractor on the low bidder to make sure that they meet all of the requirements. And so once we have that discussion, then we can come back, I'll come back to you all next month and ask for approval to award the contract. That's my goal next month. And then, once I get your approval, we have the money already allocated within FEMA for the rehab of the building. And so we will, begin construction.
Did the bids come in where you wanted them to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again,
So
not
the low
knowing
bid
the.
and the second low bid are within the framework of the numbers I was looking for.
Okay,
So
good.
even if the first bidder falls out for some reason, the second bid is still within the numbers that we're looking at. So my goal is to bring it to you all for approval next month and then hopefully, no later than, the end of April, 1st of May. However, we have about, I think it's a 14-month contract. Or, yeah, well, let me go back, yeah, so I was expecting if I could start construction the 1st of May, it would go into March of next year, so that's not 14 months, that's 10 month. So it's like a 11-month contract, for us to do the rehab. However, just FYI, I've reached out to our current landlord. Law firm is working with me. Our lease on this building, ends in August. It does allow for a month-to-month lease. I'm not looking to do another year because that would take us all the way to August. So the lease does, so with your permission, I'm just sharing with you all that I'm asking for a month-to-month, maybe end up being a little higher than what we're paying, but however, FEMA will reimburse us for that. But so my goal is after August that we go to a month-to-month. So as soon as the contractor is complete, then we're ready to move in without any further delays, okay? So that's kind of where we are, with progress.
Can I go back to the CNI grant that we're doing? So it's March 9th, March 8th is when
So
it's
the-
submitted. Do we
we're gonna.
see any of that? Do we get, I
Yeah,
mean, is there a process? How we?
yeah, we're gonna get, we're gonna get a
Copy.
copy, we'll get a copy of the application. Also, just for FYI, we've been in communication with our legislative delegation, our
Okay.
congressmen and senators.
They know it's
All of
coming.
them on board. What they've asked is, once you submit the application,
That's nice.
then notify them, and then they will then submit their letters of recommendation, or support for our application. So, cause you do it when you submitted it, not before.
Right.
It gets more looked at,
Um,
yeah, when you do it after you've submitted your application. But all of them on board, the mayor and Sabrina and others have worked with me, Janelle, have worked with me with our legislative delegation to make sure, but they've responded that they're ready to submit their letters of support for our application. So that's all I had.
Everything is lined up, the stars have aligned. After a very long and tedious progress
And
process.
then the only other thing that we'll talk about a little bit later, Madam Chair, is the MDA. And I'd like to come back and revisit that after our executive session, if I could.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so next on the agenda are our New Bern Tower, our reports. Ross, Trent Court, New Bern Towers. And so are there any questions about any of those? Let's start with the New Bern Towers. Any questions about that report?
Girls got it going on, let me tell you.
I like it when they pay, I like it when they pay more than they vote.
Thank you, Jesus.
All right, ladies.
Bullets over here.
Well, I didn't say anything about,
No.
I didn't say anything, well, I got to go back to Trent Court a minute. I do have hang on, pick on you for a minute.
Oh, it's
No,
okay.
it's not bad. I'm good on that, but I got a question. So, and this, the numbers are good. The police reports.
Okay.
A little concerning, you know, I'm seeing trespassing, vandalism, whatever. And of course, that was the reason I wanted to see these, so that we could understand what steps were taken to protect our residents from, you know, vandalism or, you know, anything, assault, you know, things like that. Are we working with the police? I mean, that was pretty varied what's on here. And that was the reason why I wanted to see the police report, so that if there was something we could do as a, you know, as a board, I don't know if what you're hearing from your residents and their concerns, are these concerning them, or is this just standard, whatever, from court?
The ones that I really focus on is like the suicidal, which I contact, Miss Fisher, Mrs. Fisher and Miss Morris, and had them to contact, the resident.
Mhm.
And then like for the mental disorder,
That was me.
yeah, so she did that. The trespassing is probably more so. Let me see, I can look and I can tell you, kind of sort of, without telling. Without saying too much.
People don't want people on their
Right.
property, basically.
Right, pretty much, that's what it is.
And the
So-
vandalism there too, is that just people are vandalizing their own apartments? It's not an outside person coming in and vandalizing?
Right,
Okay,
Okay.
that's, I'm just, you know, concerned again, I
And
want to
assault is
think.
not like a deadly weapon assault or fight or something.
no, if it was a assault, I'm sure. I don't know.
I mean, assault's a large range.
So it could be like a simple assault,
So maybe next month, you dig a little deeper in the report to
Yes.
understand what's entailed to some degree
Yeah.
Mhm.
within those.
But understand again, the reason I'm only asking this for protection of our citizens and the well-being of people who live there, they want to feel safe.
Yeah.
And if we have these things going on, how do we help, you know,
That's right.
combat that? Yeah, and work
Yeah.
with you, the people in Ross and other to provide the services that we need. But, you know, again, the most important thing is protecting our residents and
So-
making sure they're safe.
It really don't say, it's like one worders, it
Mhm.
doesn't say too much as And they
Yeah,
don't give me the reports like I try to ask for sometimes.
Mhm.
yeah, but what I'm
They don't
saying,
tell
Pam,
me.
is once you get the report,
Okay,
just call them and say, you know, what is it pertaining to? You dig a little bit deeper, then that way, to Sabrina's point, because that's where lawsuits to us come in.
Right.
That if we're aware of certain conditions that are going on and we've not done anything to protect the residents in the community, then when a shooting or something goes on, we're at fault because we've not put certain steps in place. So if it's something internal, that's one thing. But if we got people coming from the outside doing things, we need to make sure that we're putting steps in place. So the whole point is not just when y'all get these reports, you just look at them and stick them in the board report.
Mhm.
The intent is get the reports and then follow up to get more information. So then that way, cause this may be something we gotta get Cliff involved in or, you know, other people. So we just need to make sure. So that's, yes, ma'am.
and the police, they do call us, they do, if something like major happens, they'll call us in the middle of the night, they.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
They have called me 5 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, they have just to let me know like something's going on. So we do communicate with the police officers, yeah.
For the work orders, is it pending parts? Or do you have any more information on that?
Okay. I do. Okay, it would be. Unit.
It looks like you got 4 requests.
And then some of them are already completed. But it's on the report and it's completed after the move.
So it was just cleaning or?
Cleaning, yeah,
Okay,
clean paint, filter,
okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
no part.
Awesome.
Thank you, that's all.
Okay,
Numbers
thank
good.
you.
Thank you. Any comments or questions about the Ross reports?
Y'all are busy.
Y'all working.
Y'all are busy. I look at this, I was
I
like, whoa.
apologize for our tardiness today. We actually threw a party for the senior citizens at Newburgh Tower.
Oh, nice.
So we, of course, you guys know we passed out flyers all month, so we made a little happy for you.
We've been very busy.
Yes, we have.
I know
And we
they
had
will.
19 of them to show up for the party.
That's good. That's good.
Oh, wow.
This is
Yeah.
awesome. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Any questions, commissioners?
Is there anything you need of us that we could assist you with in the community otherwise that might help you
We
with
would,
your job?
yes,
Okay.
we are
Here's
having
my back.
workforce readiness
Yes.
workshop this Thursday between 11 and 1 at NC Works. Would love for you all to just drop by. And it's just for the residents of Trent Court.
This is our first event exclusively for Trent Court residents. We plan to have one every month ongoing.
Right.
We have a great relationship with Ms. Walker over at NC Works. They are amazing.
Where's their office located?
It's right over there by Roses
Oh, okay. Okay.
in that Burger King.
Yes, yes.
It's between 11 and 1. And if you just can pop in and, just show support.
And this morning we went to Miss
Pinky Moore,
Pinky Moore's meeting. That
Smart
she had
Start.
at Stanley White. Oh, no, at
Mhm.
Stanley White. At
West Newburgh.
West Newburgh, and we got a lot of great information for some of our families that have small kids that need to get them in pre-K and Head Start.
So we're gonna be pushing the enrollment. We spoke, well, she already knew me, of course. And we sort of promised her that since it's time to get registered for Head Start early, that we would push it for Trent Court. We have about 39 families with small kids. We did demographics for that. So we're gonna be going out this Monday and the following Monday, pushing that information for the early registration for those students. You have to be 4 years old
And that's
to
great
register.
statistics. I'd like to see more of that. So that means a third of our population at Trent Court
Mhm.
has preschool children.
You got 39.
What do we have from
Mhm.
K through 12 or K through what, if you want to break down, that would be a good informational piece with us and working with education, so those are the people that.
So we're
service.
gonna push that, this
For the next
Monday
2
and the
weeks.
following Monday. Also, the progress reports, did you see that? That's something we're doing with the residents for Trent Court, with the students there. Even if the child just comes up one letter grade more,
If they
B
bring
to a
us
C.
a copy, we have some gift bags, which are book bags with some school supplies that we have ready
Amazing.
to rock and roll and give to them. We're also going to give the Trent Court residents time slots to come into the office if they need assistance with registering for Smart Start and Head Start, because some of them are low literacy, they can't read and write that well, so we'll be more than happy to help them get those applications in.
And we have a fraud class coming up.
For our senior citizens.
I saw that, I was really
Excited. I have the, the vice president of Bank of America, I'm sorry, the vice president of Bank of America is coming to do that presentation. And then we're doing a Are You Prepared? I want to meet one-on-one with them, the residents at the towers, to work on life, end of life things, you know?
You'll
Some of
work
them don't
with
have
the
policy.
Literacy council?
I do.
Okay, yeah, because
Miss
they're,
Debbie,
yes, they're a great.
she was in the meeting today.
Okay,
Mhm.
great.
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, these are, this is good things.
And I'm not trying to put you on the spot, I don't need like granular detail on it. I'm just sort of curious about, you've got in the breakdowns here, your sort of like your savings and cumulative savings, cost
Okay.
savings.
Yes.
I don't understand how it's calculated
Let
at a
me
basic level.
explain to you. I have a folder in my office that says cost savings. Go bring that for me.
No, I don't need granular, at a very basic level.
Okay, very basic. Okay, this past Monday, the 16th, there was a free spaghetti dinner that was offered on Front Street.
Right.
And so if you go online and you kind of look up spaghetti with salad and this and that, what you come up with? Probably about $25.
Uh-huh.
Okay, there was a church, Garber, that did free eye exams and offered free eyeglasses as well. Well, if you go online and you say, what's the cost of?
So this is the savings basically of what you're saving the residents, finding opportunities.
Opportunities.
That's great.
And
Yeah,
I look for a lot of free stuff.
that's great.
I look for free.
That's good.
The Front Street people are doing it again, she advertised it.
Yeah,
free.
that's
They don't
gonna
give me the
be
flyer.
what going on now.
It's gonna be
Oh,
like
yeah,
third Monday. It's gonna be-
So that's a lot of money you're saving.
Yeah.
Well, we try.
And if you let us know ahead of time how many order you want, we will have them prepared for you.
Thank you. Thank
great.
you.
What is when is the NC Works meeting? Is it Thursday?
It's this Thursday,
Okay.
the 19th,
Okay.
and then our next one is gonna be March the 10th. So we're just excited about it. We've got right much happening.
No, you're great. You really helped
You are
us.
doing good. Appreciate church now. Yeah.
Much is going on. We've been busy. Like much is going on.
And let me just say, the managers and the Ross team are working excellent together. The team is Pam. You know, I don't wanna lose sight of what Pam said, and that is, when they get aware of these situations in the community, they are immediately working with the Ross team to get these family services. And so, you know, regardless of what the situation is, these two ladies have a wealth of resources, but it also has to start with the property managers, and that's what we've been wanting, is when they identify issues, you know, they then refer it to the Ross program, and then they both teams are working together on both properties in a great
Well,
way.
HUD need, because this grant comes from HUD, right?
Yeah.
They need to know how valuable this grant is and the difference that it's making in lives so that they will continue to fund it or even fund it at higher levels. So I don't know if we need to write a letter or from the community and just saying that how valuable it is to our residents and to our city as a whole.
Well, the numbers dictated, and as long as we continue to do the types of things they're doing, and we document that
Mhm.
whenever we apply for that grant again, that's what allows us to consistently get it. Yeah, but we just want to share they're working together, great.
It's great. Good work.
Yes, we appreciate it. So next on the agenda is another resolution. Is this the one we're going to discuss in executive? Understood. Thank you so much for everyone coming, but, we are going to move into closed session. And I would like to entertain a motion for that.
I'd be glad to, but what's the reason?
Consult.
Okay, that's with attorney, okay. So I make a motion that we go into executive session pursuant to North Carolina General Statutes 143 318.11, paragraph A and 3. I'm ready.
I'll second.
All
Glad we
in
have you to
favor?
reiterate.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you so much.